right? And if we talk about chemical properties of bases, right, bases will, if you leave bases in air, right, it will absorb carbon dioxide from air to form carbonates. Right. Sodium hydroxide is a base. Right. It will absorb carbon dioxide from air and form carbonates, Na2CO3, and it neutralizes acids. Right. Bases will react with acid to give you sodium chloride plus water. So it neutralizes acid. This is a neutral. What do you mean by neutralizes acid? We know this is an acid, right? So base or alkali, we call it as alkali since it's water soluble base. So this alkali will react with acid and it will neutralize this acid, right, to give you salt and water. Since this salt, sodium chloride, is a neutral salt, this is a sodium chloride. We are getting sodium chloride plus water, and we know sodium chloride is neutral in nature, right? So we say sodium hydroxide, which is a base, it neutralizes acid to give you salt and water, right? And this is known as neutralization reaction. It's important. We'll do this in little detail. This is known as neutralization reaction. What is a neutralization reaction? I'll repeat. Water soluble base, sodium hydroxide, or a base will neutralize an acid to give you a neutral solution, salt and water. Right? So since it's neutralizing acid, it is known as neutralization reaction. Right? And precipitate as insoluble hydroxide when added to salt solutions of heavy metals. These are some important reactions. Right. These are 2-3 important reactions which you may get in exams also. Right. Precipitate as insoluble hydroxide when added to salt solutions of heavy metals. Heavy metals like copper sulfate will react with ammonium hydroxide. It will react with ammonium hydroxide to give you copper hydroxide plus ammonium sulfate. Right. And this is, we know that this is pale blue in color, pale blue. Right. So when ammonium hydroxide is added to copper sulfate solution, it will form a precipitate, a pale blue precipitate of copper hydroxide. Right. So this is important. Just remember the color of the precipitates that we are getting when adding bases to salt solutions. Here copper sulfate is a salt solution, reacts with ammonium hydroxide to give you a pale blue precipitate of copper hydroxide. Right. Similarly, we have another salt, zinc sulfate, will react with sodium hydroxide and it will form zinc hydroxide plus Na2SO4. This is a gelatinous white precipitate. This is a gelatinous white precipitate. Zinc hydroxide is a gelatinous white precipitate. Just remember the color. So when zinc sulfate solution, so when sodium hydroxide is added to zinc sulfate solution, it gives you a gelatinous white precipitate of zinc hydroxide. Similarly, if we talk about ferrous sulfate solution with sodium hydroxide, it forms a dirty green. Ferrous sulfate solution will react with sodium hydroxide to give you a dirty green precipitate of ferric hydroxide. This is a dirty green precipitate, right? So ferrous sulfate will react with sodium hydroxide to give you a dirty green precipitate of ferric hydroxide, right? And hydroxides of zinc, aluminium, right, and lead being amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric, that means that is it reacts with acids as well as bases, right? So zinc hydroxide, right, this is amphoteric in nature. This is a little important reaction. It will react with sodium hydroxide to give you, okay, zinc hydroxide, right. Here we formed the white gelatinous white precipitate of zinc hydroxide. Now this white precipitate will get dissolved in excess of sodium hydroxide, right. So this is the reaction. We can consider this in continuity. It forms sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2. This is sodium zincate, right, plus 2H2O. So precipitate, gelatinous white precipitate of zinc hydroxide will dissolve in excess sodium hydroxide to form sodium zincate, right. And similarly aluminium hydroxide, if we take aluminium hydroxide, this will also react with excess sodium hydroxide to give you sodium meta-aluminate, Na2AlO2, Na2AlO2, plus water, right. So aluminium hydroxide will also dissolve in excess of sodium hydroxide, giving you sodium meta-aluminate. This aluminium hydroxide dissolves due to the formation of sodium meta-aluminate, right. When alkalis are warmed with ammonium salt, it gives ammonia gas. We take any ammonium salt like ammonium chloride will react with the base sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, releasing ammonia gas, right. So ammonium hydroxide will react with sodium hydroxide. On heating it forms sodium chloride, right, and water and ammonia. So this is important, which gas is released when ammonium salt is treated with sodium hydroxide. So when this ammonium chloride is treated with sodium hydroxide, which is a base, it releases ammonia gas along with salt and water. This is important. So all these reactions, especially these reactions, are important, and this ammonium salt reacts with sodium hydroxide to release ammonia gas, and all these formation of these precipitates, remember the color of the precipitate, and remember that zinc hydroxide and ferric hydroxide will dissolve in excess of base to give you these soluble salts, sodium zincate and sodium aluminate, right. It is due to the formation of these salts that these precipitates get dissolved, right. And hope all this is clear to you. Thanks.